Hello, can we test Vietnamese translation? Sounds good. Can we test on Discord as well? Hello, can we test Korean translation?
Hello? You're not in the Discord?
No, we can hear you. Thank you. Hello, Jane. Can we test? Oh, we can hear you. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is my last class, Chan class here on Saturday morning because I'll be gone for about 4 weeks. We'll be back, what is it?
End of October? End of October?
Which Saturday is that? November or what? What is the date when we'll be back here?
We'll come back on the October 29th, which is on a...
Yeah, but the Saturday class is what day?
Let me check right now. Would be the 20... Will be November 1st. Will be the Saturday. Master will be back.
So I'll be back November 1st. We'll continue this class here. So tomorrow I'll be at DTT, Dharma Treasury Temple, and then around midnight we'll fly to Korea. All right, so this is our last time together, and for a while. If you have any questions, feel free to ask now or ask the people around here. The luxury we have is that we have a lot of people who are quite skilled in chant. What are their important? Meditation is a skill that you develop. It's a lifelong skill that's very useful to you because of this one thing. That is, it reduces your afflictions. It's very effective at dealing with your afflictions. So it's a skill where it's particularly useful if there are times in your life where you're just so afflicted, you cannot get out of your mind. You're really overwhelmed by your afflictions. Okay, and what to do? Well, and it happens to all of us. In Buddhism, we understand, we know that it's something called retribution, meaning that we create karmas in the past and bad karmas in the past. We afflicted, in particular, we afflicted a being very severely, heavily. So now we are undergoing retribution for the same kind of affliction we inflicted upon others. Is that clear? So in Buddhism, there's cause and effect. Whatever happening to us is because we cause grief and pain and suffering for others. Similarly, if we are enjoying now, we have a good time, and we have everything is fine because we did something good to help others in the past. So that's how it is in reality. All right. Yes, DTT.
About your teaching of eating caca yesterday, and I want to clarify more regarding how we practice as lay person. Like sometimes I do debate in my brain, like, do I just shut up and eat caca and endure, or I need to make my point, a disagreement clear, so it's a form of communication and to improve efficiency. Sometimes I do find my mind stuck in between. It's like, what do I do? So okay. I would love for Master's teaching on that. Thank you.
Okay, it depends on where you are. Last night, for your reference, for some reason we talked about something very personal, a kind of gross, if you will. It's about excrements. That is, in my world in particular, especially for left-home people, for people like myself, I train a new crop of left-home people. I have very high hopes for them. They have tremendous potential. And the one thing to help them develop their potential a lot faster, make sure they're on the right track now and until when they get much further level. For example, when you're afflicted in the future, if you have some chant skills, when you're afflicted, this is how long it would take for you to deal with your affliction. This is how fast the affliction will be dealt with. Okay? It's a skill we're talking about, it's for real. That's what happens to a lot of people, including myself. When I'm afflicted, I have two choices. Choose to be afflicted, remain afflicted, okay? Meaning that I get angry, I get very, very upset, I get very nervous, very anxious, and so forth. That's an affliction. If I choose to be like that, it's called eating excrement. Because for me, it's a personal choice. Okay? I choose to bear the unbearable, to choose to bear something, okay? By choice. Okay? Or conversely, okay, I can simply dissolve my affliction this fast. Okay? And this is what the skills of meditation that you will develop yourself eventually. Everyone can do this. Okay? You do not have to be a victim of your afflictions. So for a person like myself and some of my disciples, they have the option. The option either of enduring the affliction, okay, or dissolve the affliction immediately. Okay, and so in order to get there, you need to learn how to develop the skills. One of the skills that we teach you, okay, I teach especially my left form disciples, my left form students, is that they should choose to eat excrement. Okay, because when you do that, it increases affliction. Okay, because when you choose to eat it, actually, it magnifies it. Okay, and that's is very helpful in my path, in my own training, because I had to eat a lot of excrements myself. From the people who have the authority over me, who have a saying over my career, who have influence over what my path is going to be, and so forth, what kind of support I can get, and so forth. And instead of running away, I chose to eat, to swallow it. Okay? And if you do it long enough, I did it long enough to the point where I survived it, okay? And that's why after that, all the glory, all the fame, all the rewards really don't mean much. Nor the afflictions, okay? So that's why I was able to develop the skill to really dissolve the affliction that quickly. Okay, so it comes naturally with development. But what's very important is about the fact that choosing to eat kaka, is that it makes you more humble. Instead of indulging in retaliating, in whining, in complaining, in accusing others, okay? You simply swallow it, okay? And you bear the affliction. Because, why? There's a rationale behind it. Remember, I just told you, in Buddhism, good things happen to you because you did something good in the past. Now they mature, okay? You're reaping the benefits of the good deeds in the past. If you're experiencing something bad right now, okay, it's because you created some bad seeds in the past. You planted some bad seeds in the past. And therefore, enduring it will have a way of destroying the seeds. Okay, that's Buddhist wisdom, by the way. So I went through my career as a monk for the last 30 years, 25, 30 years, I endure a lot of things that are really difficult to endure for normal people. And that's how I became aware of the importance of learning to eat caca. Okay? Instead of running away, I choose to endure it. Okay? And when you do that, it makes you humble. Trust me. Because you look at yourself, yeah, I'm suffering because I was wrong. Now I should suffer. Okay? And when I choose to accept it, and then it helps me become more humble and more appreciative when someone is kind to me. Okay? And so that's the one thing. So that's for me personally and for my trainees, my students who are monks and nuns. But what about you lay people? What should you do? If you have wisdom, so the person who asked because she has no real wisdom yet, that's why she asked. In that case, I would choose to endure, because enduring helps you become more humble, number one, that's very important. Number two, it helps you open your wisdom. Okay? But there's always a balance you need to have. Don't overdo it. Okay? In my world, as left home people, we overdo it because we have nothing else to do. Honestly, we have no jobs. Okay? No one wants to hire us, let's face it. We really have no skills whatsoever. And besides eating and sleeping and chanting, okay, we're practically not very useful beings, okay? So we should earn our spot and make ourselves more useful down the road by developing skills. Like if you have wisdom, then you can help teach people how to do chant and to improve the quality of life. So you develop skills. So our emphasis, our priorities are different from you. Okay, it's not the same at all. And so, but for you lay people, you must choose have a balance, because I would not go all out. I would endure. If I were a lay person, this person who asked, I would choose to endure more this time, to the point where I can't take it anymore. Okay? Now I do a little bit more. Then I find a way to resolve it. Okay? So the concept here is, instead of behaving like normal people when you're afflicted and you feel it's unjust, it's so mean, it is not fair, and so forth, stop whining, stop complaining. Endure it. And that's chant. Chant is, for example, we teach you to cross your legs to train you to learn to endure. Things are difficult to endure. So same thing here. When someone afflicts you, okay, someone is wrongs you, is so mean to you, you choose to endure to the point where you can't take it anymore. That is chant right there. Okay? But don't go crazy. You endure to the point where you can't take it anymore, to the point where you're close to hitting back, okay, or shooting back, or chopping back, okay. If you're into samurai like me, I love the katanas, yeah. And that's when you stop and say, okay, that's enough. I can't take this anymore. Now I run away. Instead of hitting back, I run. Okay? Because it relates to your question. Should I address it? Should I fix the problem? It's up to you. If it's your home, it's your company, it is your something that you live there, okay? Then you need to defend it. Okay, you need to resolve it. If it's not let's say you're a shopping center, someone else's house, there's no need to make a scene. Run away. Okay? I say, I'm sorry. Okay? You can have this. You won. Okay? So you have to use judgment there. Okay? Don't allow yourself to blow up. Run away before you blow up. Okay? Including at home. Because you're gonna do things that may be irreparable. You regret later. And you're creating karmas that will make you suffer a similar way next time in the future as well. Because when you blow up, when you retaliate, you're creating bad karmas, you'll suffer again in the future. All right? Did I answer your question? And fairness has nothing to do with it. It makes you stronger, makes you tougher by enduring, choosing to eat excrement. Okay? Eventually, it makes you a superior person. Trust me. And this is, guess what? This is what our teachers all had to do. All the Buddhas had to do that. All the Bodhisattvas had to do that. My teacher had to do that. Okay? So, for me, it's easy for me to see it and say, okay, if this is what it takes for me to get there, I will do it. And also, very importantly, for me personally, is that when you're wronged, when you're unfairly treated, okay? Sometimes they're very cowardly. They gang up on you. They bully you, okay? Very unreasonable, okay? It's very important for you to refrain from retaliating, from fighting back, from biting, from hurting back. Because, why not? Because it shows that you're creating new karmas, that you suffer more, as I just said. Number two, much more important, is that you need to learn to refrain from hitting back, from hurting, because that's what prevents you from developing real Chan skills. In particular, you will not be able to open your wisdom. Okay? Why is wisdom important? Wisdom is important because until you have wisdom, you cannot know happiness. Wisdom is the ability, the knowledge to solve things that make you unhappy. That's why it's so important. Okay? Wisdom is to recognize the cause of your unhappiness and get rid of them. Any other questions? So that's why, again, the young lady in the corner there, I go to Korea, I will carry the same message as well. Okay? For especially our left-home people over there, we have quite a few over there, that they expect it doesn't matter how long they've been nuns, how long they've been monks, they're supposed to eat caca, not give caca, period. If they want me to train them, I don't have much time left. This is what you're supposed to do, period. Okay? Just eat, just swallow. That's all. And refrain from retaliating, refrain from fighting back. He refrain from whining. He said, "This is unfair. This is unbecoming. This is not proper. Why would you gang up on me? Why would you beat me when I'm down already?" It doesn't matter. Just swallow. Okay? Be like as we like to say it. I like to say it. Be like a man. Or a woman. I don't know. It's up to you. Okay? All right? Anything else? Okay, and so I promise you, this is a very quick way for you to develop the ability to dissolve your affliction just like that. Okay? That fast. That's when you are able to help others, truly help others. Because this requires wisdom to be able for you to be able to dissolve your affliction that quickly. Okay? Until you're able to do that, you are misguided in thinking that you can help others. You can advise others. Okay? Yeah, because you don't have the wisdom to fix your own affliction, to dissolve your own affliction. How can you possibly help others dissolve their afflictions, address their afflictions? So fundamentally, helping others is not a degree. It's not some recognition and so forth. It's about you. Can you help yourself? Can you address your own afflictions? Can you crush your own afflictions? Okay? If you can't even do that, you don't even have the wisdom to fix your own problems, how can you possibly have the wisdom to fix others' problems? Your own problem you don't know how to cope with. How can you possibly know others' problems? Okay? So, first thing is first, take care of yourself. That's why you endure. Okay? Chan is we teach you to cross your legs and to sit and so forth. It's only a drill. We're not really that attached to your crossing your legs, okay, or sitting. You can be standing and be sitting in a chair for all we care. You don't even need to cross your legs. But crossing your legs is faster form of training for you to get there quicker. That's all, okay? And it toughens you up. But Chan training, this meditation, trust me, meditation is not about feeling good. That's a very low form of meditation. Okay? Most people in the world meditate because they feel good, they feel peaceful, they feel blissful. And that's fine, it's a nice thing to have. But you get stuck feeling the same thing, looking forward to the same thing. Whereas if you learn to endure, you learn to eat kaka, okay, you are able to also feel more peaceful and blissful, and you endure more, eat more kaka, then your level of peace and bliss increases. Your level of pleasure increases, and you eventually evolve to the point where you are truly capable of experiencing happiness. Happiness is not up here. Okay? Not at all. Happiness is wisdom. Wisdom doesn't need you to think. Wisdom is you know without thinking. Any questions? Yes, 4.
Yesterday, Master, you said you would talk about how to meditate without crossing your legs. Could you explain that today?
He said, why so many people showed up today? Okay, I go into that. Okay, very good. DTT?
Master, I just want to say that the only people I notice myself retaliate is my mom.
That old lady, sweet lady, you would beat up on her? Really? You can be like that?
Nothing big, just I constantly pick up her when she is innocently doing the best she can.
Mm-hmm.
And my therapist would tell me, oh, you have childhood wound, it's very natural, you respond without thinking that way. But that's not what I really need to hear. I need to stop this behavior. And
Yeah, I hope you can stop.
I'm committed to stop.
Okay, yeah. So it's very easy for you. Okay, first of all, what you're hearing is the opposite side. Remember I told you about being unfairly treated? Okay, that's you on the receiving side. Okay, she's on the giving side, meaning that sometimes you naturally want to punish someone, to beat up on someone. Anyone? Okay, because it's natural. Okay, because your kids used to give you grief in the past. So now it's natural for you to want to beat up on them impulsively. Okay, so it works both ways. Sometimes you're on the receiving end for certain things, sometimes you're on the giving end. That's natural. So part of your developing wisdom is to recognize it. It is not about being logical. It's not about being fair. It's called karmic retribution. You're getting hurt because you hurt in the past. Okay? You hurt someone in the past. Now, if you understand that, then you should know that if you really have wisdom, you would refrain from hurting, because you want to stop these vicious cycles of hurting to get hurt, okay? So it feeds itself. That's what you have to remember. Okay, it's not about logical, because sometimes for her, she's very smart. She does sex things. She says, this is not right, this is not fair, this is wrong, and so forth, and so forth. And therefore, she's very fast. And therefore, you feel justified in hurting someone. Okay? There's very strong justification for you to hurt your mom. Okay? You have to pre-program yourself. Okay? Every night, before you go to bed, you put your palms together and pray to God. And say, oh God, please help me. Okay? Not ever say any harsh words to my mom. Not to ever lift a finger. Okay? Not harm a single hair in your body. Not say any single thing bad to my mom. Okay? So help me God. There you go. See if it works. If it doesn't, try one yin bodhisattva. Okay? Does it help? You have to do something, because you have these habit energies. They're justified because it's justified, she's wrong, and she won't listen, all those reasons. I know that you see clearly why you have to do it, okay? and you have all the reasons in the world to do that. I give you an overriding reason, okay? If you are better, if you are stronger, if you are wiser, you never hurt the person who's weaker than you, who's not as wise as you, who's not as blessed as you are, who's not as smart as you are. I don't know where your smarts came from. It's not from your mom. No. Yes, you're a lot smarter than your mom. Your mom is kinder than you, but you're a lot smarter. So, for example, your son adores grandma. He lights up when grandma is around. He's kind of scared of you. But grandma, he lights up. You should watch it. It's very interesting. Okay? And so that's why you have pre-programming. That's all. It's no rhyme or reason. You don't go there. Okay? When you're about to hurt, walk away. Hurt, walk away. Period. Because it's not you. And sometimes, actually, it's more than that, okay? Sometimes it's not just you, but also a lot of other karmic things that are beyond the Chan class here. I don't want to alienate you and walk you down with too many details, but there's one overriding thing. It's pre-programming. I'm not going there. I don't care what happens. Okay? We're all capable of doing that. Period. We refuse to do it. That's all. That's all you have to remember. Walk away. And be ashamed of yourself. You're much stronger than her, smarter than her. How could you possibly intentionally hurt her, even if she's wrong? Shame on you. Next person. Next question. WMT. Oh, no more? Okay. It looks like we hit two birds with one stone. Another DTT question?
Sorry, Emitofuo Master. I actually have the opposite situation from Shirley. So I got in a fight with my mom a couple of weeks ago because she went berserk on me.
Mm-hmm.
So she's very manipulative, try to control me, call me stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
It's just an average mom. What do you want?
So she went crazy on me. So
I can't think of any mom who's not manipulative.
So I raised my voice to make her shut up. And then ever since then, I just can't talk to her because I know it happens all the time. Because I know once I forgive her, she's going to go off on me again. So I'm not ready for that yet. So I'm on my own world.
How much longer before you're ready for that?
Huh? I'm not ready for her to yell
how
at me
much more
again.
time do you need before you're ready?
She's
I mean, it sounds reasonable. I'm not ready for it. Not today. Not today, Mom.
Yeah, but I can see that she's trying to get me to talk to her, but then I also see that if I ignore her, she's getting, I guess, kind of depressed. So I don't know what to do.
So scream at her. Is
Oh,
your
no way.
solution? Did it help?
Huh?
Does it help?
To scream at her?
Yeah.
Well, she'll shut up, yeah.
Feels good?
No, not really.
But you like it?
I like it because she stopped talking.
Okay. Well, as long as you like it, keep doing it.
But Master, I thought you said I'm not supposed to be yelling at my mom or saying mean stuff
So
to
what's
people.
what's the alternative?
I don't know.
I'm not
That's
telling
what
you
I'm
to do anything. I'm just only presenting you with choices. What do you choose to do? You want to yell at your mom? Yell at your mom. It's your life. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not your counselor.
So right now I'm choosing to run away.
Huh?
But then, like I say, I can see that she's kind of depressed. So I don't know.
When she gets depressed, does she need you to be around to be depressed?
No, that's her depression. She doesn't
Yeah.
need me.
Yeah, she's got depressed no matter what. It's beyond you. It's not your fault. So
But
what's
I
the
feel like
problem?
I'm kind of selfish because I'm just taking care of myself right now. I'm not taking care of her emotion.
How can you take care of her emotions? You have a choice. How can you take care of her emotions?
By being obedient and let her call me stupid.
Oh, it sounds familiar now. Being obedient, let her call you stupid. It sounds like eating something, something. Can you complete the sentence?
Kaka.
There you go. You got it. So is there still a question?
I don't mind doing that, but there are questions that she's going to ask me that I'm not ready to answer.
And tell them I don't have the answer for you today.
Okay, I'll keep lying then.
And now it's my fault.
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah. Why is it? Why is that a problem? Okay. You can choose to talk about what you want to talk about, when to talk about it. That's all.
Mom likes to lead the questions. She does not like me to talk about anything. She talks in her own thing.
Well, she's
Very
mommy.
controlling mom.
She's mommy, so you came here to pay back your debts. So shut up.
Okay.
Okay? Endure. That's all. Let me have news for you. When she's like that, and you're about to blow up, and scream at her, how about trying this? Swallow it. Swallow your affliction. Don't swallow her.
I swallowed for a few days and she kept going at it every single day.
Swallow faster. Swallow more. People are smart. Let me tell you. I know a little bit about your mom because I'm the same age. I'm a little bit slightly older than she is. Okay? The reason that your mommy keeps going like that is because what? Young ladies, why do you think mommies do that? Because it works. It afflicts her. It's that simple. So you choose. All you have to do is when you get afflicted by her. Okay? You swallow your affliction. You swallow your own caca. Your affliction is your own caca. You remain afflicted, then you are spreading it. You're forcing others to endure your caca. So now it's for you personally, you have the ability to swallow your own caca. And you swallow it and say, this is not right. Swallow it. And she escalates because mommy knows how to escalate. She knows all your buttons. You swallow more, and you swallow more and more and more, and guess what? She finds out that she can't afflict you. Then she comes up with something more ingenious. Okay? It goes on and on and on. That's why it's called mommy. And you're lucky. In Asia, where you have to live under a big tent, where 5 generations live together, you have to swallow caca after caca after caca. You ain't seen nothing yet here. You Westerners are weak. In the real world, in Asia, we are tough. We swallow caca from everyone. Difference is that between you and them is that you swallow by choice, and you don't allow yourself to be resentful for having to swallow. Okay? Remember, this is a personal choice. You choose to swallow it. No one forces you to. You're better off yourself because you choose to swallow. That's the difference. Okay? So the more caca she dishes out, the more you swallow. Period. And stop whining. Okay, any other questions? Okay. So, chant meditation, for many of you, you are not at the point where you're able to zap your affliction immediately. Okay, and there are times where they're overpowering, they're overwhelming, you don't know what to do about it. Yes, Huệ Mộng.
Di Đà Phật, con kính chào thầy. I have a question. What is the sincerity, thành tâm đó thầy?
Sincerity.
Yeah. Tại vì last Wednesday we have the Dharma talk, Kinh Kim Cang. So con với thầy Hiền Chỉ với tất cả mọi người muốn nói là thành tâm có phải là lúc mà mình quỳ gối chảy máu để lạy Phật chảy máu luôn, cái đó có phải là thành tâm hay không? Dạ. Xin thầy trả lời chúng con.
Okay. Sincerity is a concept that's often used in the Buddhist teachings. It basically means that you do with all your heart. That's a common sense definition. When you're sincere, you do with all your heart. Okay? Meaning, I sincerely want to give you this, so you give this with all your heart. Okay? When you cook for your family, okay, your sincerity shows in a way that you want to give it your all to cook something that's tasty, that's wonderful for people to enjoy, for your family members to enjoy, for your friends to enjoy, for your guests to enjoy. That's sincerity. Okay? With all your heart. Okay? However, sincerity in the spiritual world has to do with a very simple concept, being single-minded. When you sincerely bow to a Buddha, I mean, you bow to the Buddha and there is nothing else in your head. You say, I'm bowing to you. Get up. I'm bowing to you. No other thoughts. I'm bowing to you. Can you see me? Only one thought. I'm bowing to you. Exactly what I want to teach you if you don't want to meditate today. The times where you're so afflicted, you can't cross your legs, you can't sit still, okay? That is because your affliction is so heavy, because your karmic retribution are so overpowering, are so overwhelming, because in the past, you also overpowered someone, created the kind of heavy affliction that those people, those beings cannot take. And that's why you're undergoing right now. Okay, and so that's why one form of meditation is bowing. The times when you cannot bow, you cannot meditate. Okay, you simply are too afflicted. Instead of taking your hands and put it through the wall, okay, or lift your hands and put it on your sons, okay. Because you need to recognize, you, especially you're at the level you recognize your affliction already. It's unbearable, okay? And you have to release it, and that's normal. We need to release our afflictions, otherwise we go berserk. Anyone. This is why I keep on screaming at you so often, because I have to release it. Okay, it's natural for us. We need to release it, and so because you are not at a level where you can really zap the affliction, not yet. Okay, so when you're at the point where you're so unbearable and you're so afflicted, you need to do it. It gets to your head. This is when you admit defeat and you go and bow. Bow to the Buddha. Okay, bow to your God, bow to Mother Mary in particular, if you happen to be in that persuasion. Okay, you bow because that bowing process there releases the affliction in you. Okay, in your head. It's a very powerful form of meditation. When you're so afflicted, in particular, that's when you bow. When you're so overpowered, overwhelmed, okay, and you can't really function, you can't really be yourself, that's when you have to release it, and you bow. And you bow with sincerity, okay? So you bow, get up and bow, okay? And we taught you, most of you know how to bow already. So you understand the process, okay? You cannot handle it, you bow, okay? And that's number two, another form of eradicating the retribution by bowing. Okay? It lessens the severity of your affliction. So far, so good. And number three, if you do it, you have the skills to do that, you do it well enough, then I teach you next level. Next level is you do preemptive things. Instead of waiting for you to be afflicted to the point where you can't handle it, why don't you bow as part of your option in meditation? You cannot sit anymore. You can't really can't stand the pain anymore, the discomfort anymore. Then get up and bow, okay? But not just any bowing. I want you to teach you a form of bowing where, when we bow here, you see you have all these cushions, all the carpets here. It's very pleasant. I'd rather you bow on the bare floor. Okay? You bow on the bare floor, so that naturally, and this is the trick. Naturally, when you bow on these cushions, you notice when you bow, you get close to the cushion. What happens to your mind? Your mind wanders. But whereas when you bow on the bare floor, which I choose to do when I come to the Buddha hall, okay, I choose to bow on the bare floor there because if I don't pay attention, I make a sound and knock my head again. And you laughing? You ever saw me with a forehead that's kind of red? See that? If you're not careful, you bump your head. And that will help you develop and increase your concentration. Okay? Because you bow down, and usually at the end, because you're used to those cushions, you loosen up, you become scattered. But if you bow on the bare floor there, okay, then you have to be concentrated all the way because you don't want to bump your forehead. That's when you really concentrate more than the whole movement beforehand. Notice that? When you're afraid of bumping your forehead, that's when you pay attention more than before. Yeah? And that's chant. So far, so good. Let me increase the level of sophistication a little bit more. What you want to hear, what you want to learn, okay? You understand that because you bow on the bare floor, that's when you learn to concentrate better, control your movement better, right? Let's increase the level of complexity and difficulty a little bit more. Why don't you go outside and bow on the gravel? Okay? You bow on the bare ground there, you're not careful, you cut your forehead. And you're going to have scars, especially you girls. Try to go on a date with that kind of forehead. Okay? That's when you learn to really be so precise. You touch it and you don't put any pressure on your forehead. And that's chant. You don't have to cross your legs. If you can do that, that's meditation. You see, you go down, you relax, you go down, you relax, right? And when you get close to the floor there, and you know you have to look, there might be something sharp out there. Okay, that's when and you slow down. Okay, this is when you're most focused of the entire movement. This is when you're most focused. That is chant, and you learn to only touch it. Touch the ground floor, no cheating now, huh? Little Han, okay? No cheating. You have to touch the ground, okay? And you learn to know to stop as soon as you feel the ground. Otherwise, you cut your forehead. And that's chant meditation. Okay? Sounds good? I have 4 minutes left. You have a chance to go out and try it yourself. Yes. Go ahead. 6.
Emitofuo Master. May I have to cross my legs now? I prefer to cross my legs now instead of bow on the street. Yeah, it's very difficult.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to bow. Okay, if you are able to cross your legs like that, that's fine. However, let me tell you, it's a different skill. Okay, and that requires total concentration, and you'll be amazed on how you're able to concentrate when you know that you're going to cut your forehead. I'm telling you. Okay, and that's pure chant right there. Okay? Yes, Wei Mountain.
Master, do we require to stay on the ground, or we just need to touch the ground and then we get up?
Yeah, you only have to touch the ground, but you learn not to put pressure on it. Okay? You touch, and soon you touch, and so you have a concentrate, and when you touch the ground, say, that's it, that's enough. If you're more, the gravel will stick to your forehead before they cut you. Okay?
Thank you, Master.
All right? It's not for the faint of heart. If you die hard, you should try this. It's kind of cool. Okay? Especially those of you who cannot cross your legs. If you do that, it's a form of meditation, and they will help you cross your legs easier down the road. Bowing actually makes your body more flexible. Okay? And will help you cross your legs easier. But if you are able to cross your legs at his level, for example, he doesn't have to. At his level, like the number 5 here, I would do it for this out of curiosity. It's a lot harder than you think. I would not do it myself because I have to lecture. Can you imagine my appearing on the video with the head all scarred up? Okay, please try that. It's you don't have to, but if you find yourself and at times when you're so afflicted, bowing is an extremely effective way of dissolving it very quickly. Because no matter how angry you are, how afflicted you are, you're about to hurt your forehead. And your mind will flip, it switches right away. Can you see that? It's not the theory. You have to do it and then you see what I mean. Okay? All right. Thank you, everyone. Let's go get something to eat.